Hello, everyone, and welcome. This is Patrick Durkin. I am so excited to have the chance to talk to you today. It has been a really long time coming to get ready for this call, and now we're all here together, and we get to just have a fantastic time talking about water. We have some really exciting new products to share with you. We've released one of them recently, and there have been a lot of questions, so we wanted to schedule this call to have an opportunity to talk about them as a group. And before we go too far in, I'd like to explain a little bit about how we got here. And the first thing that I want to say is that I'm dedicated to you, not to a certain technology. The way I see it is we're all one. We're all come from the same energy. And that energy is the same for the earth and for each of us. And so when I think about my exploration with water, my mission that's come through my heart to provide us with an alternative to plastic bottles, such that when we discovered a new solution, that it was so much better than anything we were doing before, that we would just stop what we were doing before and we'd move into the new solution. And for a number of years, that has meant being focused exclusively on structured water. And I always keep in the background your questions, your interests, the things that you share with me, what I hear of your heart and your dreams and what you really want. And I look for what are the things that you all are most impressed with. I don't know if you all know it, but I have this great pleasure of talking to many people from all over the world about their specific water situation. And whenever I have those individual, deep, one-on-one discussions, I listen very deeply for what it is that people are hungering for. And because I'm loyal to us and not to a given technology, I'm used to having the best technology available to offer people when they call me about something. And something happened close to 2 years ago now where somebody called me, referred by somebody who owned one of our whole house devices, one of the structured water devices from Natural Action Technology. And this new person engaged me in an exploration, and they asked all the questions that the usual buyers do. And then at the end of the process, they kind of drifted away. And I followed back up with them, and I said, are you still interested? And they said, we bought something else. I was like, well, what did you buy? Because whenever somebody asks me that many questions, they always end up buying our technology. I'm dying to know, what did you buy? And they told me about this new technology that is made in Austria that comes from a master craftsman who has been making them since 1994. He doesn't care about profits. He just wants to make the best devices he can. He has streamlined part of his production process so that it's manufactured, but he's also kept part of it by hand. And I found these devices, which if you haven't seen them yet, I invite you to go to thewellnessenterprise.com / actually, I'm not sure what the / is, but just go in the navigation and click shop. And for those of you who are listening to the replay, and this replay will be up for a long time, I'm sure, this recording will be hosted on thewellnessenterprise.com. So just go ahead and click the shop. And you'll see these gold-colored devices. Now, the two smaller ones are the Jivara 3-in-1 and the Under Sink. Those are actually 24-karat gold-plated. And the larger one, the Maximus, is actually brass on the outside. So I met this inventor, and he had these tremendous systems, and they fit a need that I had heard from many of you, which was a concern: why are the devices that you sell plastic? You have this dream of getting rid of plastic bottles, replacing them with something better. Why are you replacing a plastic problem with a plastic solution? And my answer to that question was always, well, the Natural Action Technology devices are made with food-grade PVC It's really high quality, they're durable, they're long-lasting, and they're the best product on the market. Well, when I found these new devices, the gold-colored and the gold-plated devices, I knew that this new line of products, the Jivara UMH, was something that you all would be interested in. So I began a process of deep research and experimentation with the product myself. I installed a Maximus device on my home a year ago, and I noticed really good things in my life. In fact, my life has just continued to feel like my vibration raises and raises, and things get simpler, and I'm happier and more joyful, and there's a synchronicity and there's a harmony in like co-creating my life with the universe. That just it's really fantastic, and I do trace it back to August 13th last year, 2015, when I installed this device. So I've spent a year living with this Jivara Maximus technology and continuing to learn from the inventor and learn about other European technologies while having in the background the concerns that I hear you all having. And one of the things that I think we all like is to mimic nature. Right? If we can find things that are most aligned with a natural way, the least amount of man-made interference, I think we're all pleased by that. And there are a lot of businesses in the water industry who say they're mimicking nature. And I don't necessarily think that they've got the best grasp on the concepts. So for me, when I think about spring water, I think about that water being pure, like that the earth and nature have a way of cleaning toxins. I think about it being mineralized, and then I think about it being energized. And the energized is the structured water part. And so as I was getting to know the second line of structured water products, in March, so 5 months ago now, I learned about a new filtering technology. And I've not been big on traditional water filters. Let's make sure everybody has the same terminology here. So a traditional filter, like a carbon filter, is something that changes the chemistry of water, and it removes toxins from water. The structuring devices that many of us know about and have, those change the physics of water. They energetically neutralize the toxins of water. So in March, I learned about this new technology through a European connection that I made through these Jivara UMH devices. And it's a type of filter that has, it's very small. For those of you who live in apartments and homes where you like to keep things neat and tidy, these things are about 8 inches long and 1.5 inches wide, and they go easily under your sink. And it's a filter that filters every contaminant I think any reasonable person would want to remove. Now, before anybody starts getting confused, I'm not saying anybody needs a water filter. I'm saying that in listening to you all, I hear that many people buy water filters as an accompaniment to their structured water devices. And given that, I stay open to listening and learning, is there a best filter that would assist people so that they weren't buying filters that have low quality and high prices? So this new filter came in. It was very unusual technology in that it was designed for the European hospital market. Its job is to remove bacteria from water, and it does an extraordinary job with that. It removes what's called a 7-log decrease in toxins. So that's 99.79 to the right of the decimal point. So it basically means it's really, really pure and safe. But when they went to have this technology tested, they found out it also removes a high percentage of fluoride and pharmaceuticals and lead and all the things that we all talk about and are concerned with being in our water. So if you want to learn more about that product by itself, then it's called the best water filter ever. And it's on it's available on bestwaterfilterstore.com. So if you want to hear about the filter by itself, you just go to bestwaterfilterstore.com, and there it will be available. So I found this filter. It lasts with standard water, so water that comes from a city and that isn't like really filled with heavy sediment, for 8,500 gallons. So for those of you who have water filters now, you probably know that in most filters, if you have a pitcher, replace it like every 40 gallons. If you have like a reverse osmosis system or something like that, you probably have somebody come once a year for $100 or $150, and it's probably after 1,200 or 1,500 gallons of water, or something like that. So this is rated to last for 8,500 gallons. So it's an extraordinary filter, both in the amount of toxins that it removes, the percentage of each that it removes. It's better than reverse osmosis. And so I knew I had found a filter, a chemistry-based filter, different than structuring, that I could be proud to put my name on, proud to tell people about. And then I also learned about a mineral cartridge that is sourced, the minerals are sourced from the coral calcium off of the island of Okinawa, where people are known for their longevity. And it turns out that this mineral cartridge has a 2-to-1 ratio of calcium to magnesium and over 70 trace minerals in it. And I've been finding with the depletion of the minerals in our food system that we all know about these days, it just makes sense to me to have minerals in my water too. And then the finishing touch on a perfect system for me, after you consider filtering it, mineralizing it, is structuring it. Now, many of you have heard me for the last 4 years say, well, just structure water. And I think that that's a wonderful way to go. And I think that the number one most important thing that I can do for you all is remind you and awakening you. I do this so often one-on-one, but I want to do it from one to the group. Awaken in you the trust in your own knowing, that you know the answers to what's best for you around water. And you might want to have a 3-part integrated system with a filter, minerals, and structuring, or you might just want to have structuring. I think personally, my preference is structuring. When I test, when I use my pendulum, when I ask, do I need a filter? Do I need minerals? I generally get a no. And, you know, does the structuring take care of everything for me? Yes. So let me be very honest about that. I am currently using a filter and a mineral cartridge in my own home as a testing mechanism because I'm always the first guinea pig to try things out. And I think a lot of people will like them. If you have bad tasting water, adding a filter and minerals is a nice thing. So in the realm of talking to you about the whole big picture rather than the single product release right now, the big picture is we offer integrated systems now where it's an option. Hear me, it's an option. I'm not telling you need a filter, but it's an option to get a filter. If you want one, this is a great one. Most filters cost between 10 and 50 cents a gallon. The best water filter ever costs 5 cents a gallon. So it's a really great filter. Then there's an option for the minerals, and now we have 2 options for structuring technology. Now, when it comes to the 2 types of structuring technology, quite a number of months back, I looked and said, geez, there's no place for me to go. There's nobody to turn to. There's no mentor that I have that is comparing 2 different structuring technologies. How am I going to understand this and someday be able to explain it to people? So I asked that question of the universe, and the universe responded with an analogy. So I'd like to use an analogy to assist you with comparing the new Jivara UMH structuring devices with the Nolte devices. And after I do this section and do one more about our current offer with it, I will open the call to questions. And so if you do have a question, you press *6 to go in the queue. You can line up in there now if you want to. I'll probably answer quite a few questions, but by all means, I love hearing your voices, and I'd be happy to talk with you if you have a question or comment you want to share with the group. So you'll just press *6 to get in that line. Okay, so here's the analogy. The analogy is of transportation. When people are using bottled water and tap water and water filtered with like a low-end filter that doesn't do much, like a Brita filter, I would describe those types of water in my transportation analogy as using a skateboard or using a bicycle or using rollerblades. Not something that any of us would necessarily choose given the modern technologies that are available. Now I'm going to talk about why am I recommending the Jivara UMH structuring technology when I've rejected many other structuring technologies. So when I go to shop for a car, there's two things that are most important to me. The car has to be reliable. You know, when I get in and start it, it has to start, it has to go where I want it to go, and it has to be comfortable. Right? I have to get where I want to go, and I have to feel good doing it. The rest of the stuff, like I've driven a Porsche. I traded my Porsche for a used Honda minivan. I've driven quite a spectrum in this lifetime, and what matters is reliability and comfort. The paint, the speed, all the other stuff, it's really not that important. So when I choose which water structuring technologies to offer both to myself and to you, the two things that matter most are sacred geometry and vortexing. So many of you know that I have stood wholeheartedly by the Natural Action Technologies devices for a number of years now, and I want to be very clear that I still do. I still use them myself. I still sell them every day. I still talk to people about them all the time. I still make videos about them. I still talk to people at Natural Action Technology. I have a joint venture with Clayton with water coolers that we've made together. I am wholeheartedly still supporting the Natural Action Technologies technology. And what it has is sacred geometry and vortexing. And what the new technology has is sacred geometry and vortexing. In addition, the new technology that's in the Jivara UMH line is made from gems and precious materials. There's no plastic in it whatsoever. There is some high-quality glass, a borosilicate glass. There are crystals in it. There's rose quartz. There's shungite and EM ceramics. There's a total of 10 gems inside the new technology. And so there's nothing about this new technology that makes the old one bad. The energies of sacred geometry and vortexing that are part of the natural action system, those energies are perpetual. They're infinite. They're not going to go out of style. Sacred geometry is the language of creation. Creation's way of creating with these mathematical relationships called sacred geometry, it's not going away. But if you can have the sacred geometry and vortexing and have precious materials around it, I think that's an option that we all need. So going back to cars now, the Natural Action Technologies devices are the Honda of the marketplace. And I want to be clear that Hondas are awesome for the majority of people. There's nothing wrong with a Honda. They are reliable and comfortable. So they have the sacred geometry and the vortexing. In addition, because they're made of PVC, they have a really long warranty, and they fit in our lives really well. They're convenient. They're durable. They work. There are many, many thousands of us who own them. So I think they're great. And to finish the transportation analogy, the Jivara system is a Rolls-Royce. It's made from the finest materials. Every measurement inside of it is designed to evoke the energy of the cosmos. It's made by an inventor who still makes a substantial portion of them by hand, and they just feel like art. They feel like things that were made 50, 60, 100 years ago that are of really the highest quality. So I think that analogy will help us all to answer questions and to be able to figure out what's right for us about all of this. And I think that figuring out what's right for you is the name of the game. So at the Wellness Enterprise, we believe in offering you the best choices and supporting your lifestyle. So one of the things that we're ready to do now that we haven't been ready for in the past is have upgrade programs of multiple types. So an example would be, let's say that you have purchased one of the smaller devices, a portable sink or shower or garden, and you're ready to own a whole house device. And getting all the way to a whole house device feels like a pretty big expense for you. And if you could just get some value for the device that you own now, then you could probably make it. Well, contact us. Send an email to support@thewellnessenterprise.com and say, I have the Natural Action Technologies dynamically enhanced portable device or sink device, and I'd like to get a whole house. Can you work with me on that? And we will do our best to work with you on that. Now, we're getting close to the questions now, so if you want to press *6, go ahead and hop in there. I just have one more section I'd like to share with you, which is that with the current release of the Jivara 3-in-1, which serves as a portable device, we are going to offer you something extraordinary. Now, I know that many of you bought Natural Action Technologies devices because you trust me. I know that. And I take that really seriously, and I want you to always be inspired by the Wellness Enterprise. And I want you to always choose to do your business with us and to refer people to us. And so I want to take care of you. And so for a limited time here, we're going to make a very generous upgrade program available to you. What we're going to do is, and first of all, I can't leave this open indefinitely because too many devices will come back. And I have to make sure that we allocate some of our inventory of the new products to being sold with a profit. So this opportunity is only for dynamically enhanced units produced by Natural Action Technologies. You do not have to have purchased it from us. So if you didn't buy it from the Wellness Enterprise, we are still willing to make this offer to you. And we're going to focus the offer on the Natural Action Technologies portable device because that is the most popular device, most popular structuring device in the world right now. So the offer that we have is that for the next 7 days, if you want to trade in your dynamically enhanced portable device, we will give you $319 credit for it against the purchase of a Jivara 3-in-1 device. Now, for those of you who may be aware, that's the same price we're selling the portable device for now. So we're basically, we're going to lose money on every one that we take back. And we're doing that because we believe in taking care of our customers and that we told you these were lifetime devices. And if you feel called to the new one, not saying you need to upgrade, but if you want to, I want to take care of you. So we'll open up this window for the next 7 days, and we'll see how it goes and how many devices come back, and then we'll go from there. If you have more than one device that you want to trade in, or if you have some combination that's different than a portable for the Jivara 3-in-1, like say you want the Jivara under sink, or say you want the Jivara Maximus, or you want the Mountain Spring, which combines the filter, the minerals, and the structuring together, send an email to support@thewellnessenterprise.com. Tell us what you have now, what you paid for it, and what devices you want to end up with. And then we'll do our best to get back to you and respond with something that will be a win-win, that you'll feel really good about it. There may be a lot of people who email about that right 7 days from now on Wednesday, August 17th, toward the end of the day. If you all email at the same time, if you get your email in before the 7 days go by, we will honor that, even if we don't get back to you that day. So we'd love to support you in the transition here for those that are called to own some of the new systems, and we'd love to be more than generous with you so that you feel great about doing business with us. So that's the important part of what I prepared to share with you today. So let's go ahead now and invite you to press *6 to ask questions. And I'm going to go ahead and open the line for somebody in the queue here. Your number's not showing, but hi, you've been unmuted.
Hi, this is Shira, Patrick, and
hello,
I'm
Shira.
calling to hi. I'm calling to say I am stunned by the beauty and the wonderful sounding advantages of the Jivara, and I want to express my gratitude for this upgrade program, which really makes it possible. I fortunately own 2 portable devices, so I can spare one of them, and I'm looking forward to seeing how to make this work for me. So I'm really calling just to say thank you, and I hope that everybody can hear about this and get in under the wire. How many companies are willing to do something where they lose money? Not very many.
Well, I want to be clear. We're not going to lose money on giving the credit, but we are cutting it bare bones.
Well, how many companies are ready to take back products that are perfectly good for no reason?
For the price, right? For the price people paid for them. I think it's pretty unheard of, and you know, I put myself out there in a certain way for a couple of years, and I appreciate that people have trust in that. And so, you know, I don't think we're going to be able to do this for very long, but we'll open it and we'll see how it goes. And I'm glad that it makes a difference for you. So thanks for acknowledging it, Shira. That's wonderful.
Thanks for putting the customers first. And when the FDA and food manufacturers and our government will also consider our health and interests. But meanwhile, it's starting with the Wellness Enterprise. Thank you, Patrick.
Yeah, thanks, Shira. Well, we start from the ground up, right? We influence the people that we have power and control over. So I have control over me and this company and the ability to talk to all of you. And, you know, we really do want to be a different kind of company here at the Wellness Enterprise. So if you think we are, then please tell people about us. And when you see the videos that I'm putting out right now, a lot of people are finding us through YouTube these days. And it would be very helpful if you have comments or questions about the videos, if you start engaging with them and just share your comments and questions on YouTube underneath the videos. And that helps other people to understand that you care about structured water and that you care about the Wellness Enterprise. Because if you tell them, then they know it's true. If we tell them, it's a little bit more of a question mark. Okay, *6 for questions. I'm going to move on to the next one. Hello, ending in 8160.
Hey, it's Kathy Sukup.
Kathy, hello.
Hello, Patrick. What a great presentation. But once again, I'm confused. So
okay.
You know that I have the Jivara system in my home throughout the whole house.
Yes.
The Jivara Maximus water enhancer. And I have the under the sink kind of replacing the reverse osmosis
Yes.
filter. So the Natural Action Technology Portable Jivara 3-in-1 is the one that we're talking about for an upgrade?
Okay. So glad you called to share your confusion, and we'll see if we can get this straight for you and for everybody. So thank you. So remember the first device you bought was blue?
Correct.
Okay. That's the Natural Action Technologies Dynamically Enhanced Portable Device.
Correct.
It comes in blue and white for everybody else that's listening. We had the white ones for a couple of years, and for about a year now we've had the blue. And that's the most popular water structuring device in the world. I love that device for its price point, its convenience, and its durability. That is a product that I think is fantastic. Like, I sometimes put it in the back pocket of my jeans and walk out the door with it. I'll toss it into my car. It'll go everywhere with me. It goes on planes, in suitcases. It's a really great device, and given the longevity, the benefit that it has, it's tremendous. Now, if you own one of those and you would prefer that your portable unit was the same as the whole house unit that you have, because Kathy, you have the Jivara Maximus on your house.
Correct.
You can trade in your portable device for a Jivara 3-in-1 device. And let's make sure that people understand what the credit is we'll give you for that, what the price is, and what the use of 3-in-1 is. So the Jivara 3-in-1 is the 24-karat gold-plated device that looks like a ball or a sphere. It's in size pretty close to a tennis ball. And if you buy it with the travel kit, which we're including right now in the upgrade program, you get a funnel for the top and a nozzle for the bottom. You also get I can't think of a better word than doohickeys right now. You get several doohickeys that will, I'm not a plumber by trade here, that will allow you to connect it to your kitchen faucet or to your shower. That's why it's a 3-in-1. It serves as either or and a shower device, a sink device, and a portable device. So if you would prefer to have the Jivara technology in your portable device, that option's never been available to you before. You can return your blue device to me, and I will give you back $319 for it. And that's a credit against the purchase of a Jivara 3-in-1. So you would pay $589 for the Jivara 3-in-1 and return your Natural Action Technologies portable device. Are you clear now?
I'm clear. Now, this one has all the crystals and everything in it.
It does.
The 3-in-1.
It does.
And so, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I want to say something about that for the audience, because I know who you are and something about you. So you're really sensitive to crystals and gems and those type of things, right?
Correct.
Like you were teaching me about the day we met, Kathy was teaching me about the difference between crystals. And by the way, as we speak right now, I'm picking up a crystal that I bought out in Utah on my trip to Zion National Park this summer. And when I went into the store, I held like 50 of them. And this one, which I'm now picking up, lit me up. I was like, oh, there it is. That's what Kathy was talking about.
Yeah, that's it.
So we're teaching each other these sensitivities. And this is
right.
This is what the Jivara experience is all about. So why did you buy the Maximus? Like, what did you feel or know or experience that you can share with us about why you bought it?
Well, I always want the Rolls Royce. Let's get real. But also knowing what I know in crystals, and it's literally Earth, and like we've always said, getting closer and closer to Earth is more important than anything that's adulterated or synthesized. And so knowing that this had the crystals in it now, and what crystals do, I mean, crystals heal us, and so does Earth. And that's why I wanted it.
Yeah, right on. So you've had a lot of experience that leads you to prioritize that type of thing in your life.
Correct.
You know those energy supports you. It's like, thanks to our discussion, like Kathy and I just met about, it was
January 1st, 2016.
Right, January 1st this year.
Yeah.
And so here we are, August 10th. I have a bigger than fist size rose quartz 3 feet away from me. I have a foot-long selenite right behind me. And I have 2 crystals on my desk. I have a Jivara Maximus on my desk because of the harmony that brings, being on my desk. And I have the 3-in-1. And I've learned, like, the more of these energies I put closer to myself, the better I feel. And that's one of the things people ask me a lot is, like, what's better? What's best? There isn't best. There's just more harmony. There's no end to more harmony, right? So, Kathy, what if we brought like a 2-foot rose quartz into my office, right? Like there's more harmony, and we could just keep going in that direction. And so, it's so good to be talking to you about this with everybody, because one of the things you embody, Kathy, is that for you what feels good and what your truth is. So you can feel into a product and know whether it aligns. And if there's some way that just knowing that that's possible for people, having you and I speak in front of them about this would help them do it themselves. That's how we all uplift each other together.
Well, and one of the things that's important about this product line is what you offered in January, the portable device, and we were tasting the water. I immediately bought that and brought it home and was filtering every glass of water that I was drinking. And then when the Jivara came out and I tasted that water, I recognized it had a better taste and a more vibratory taste for me. So each item that you continue to move forward with, it doesn't always mean that everybody needs to get it, because you might be fine with just the portable device, and that satisfies you. I'm coming from seeking pure and more original water that we were intended to have on planet Earth, and I know going through crystals, it's got to work, and it does with the Jivara that I now have throughout the house, and I have the filtration system. I don't know which one it is because I don't know your names. The whole house device. Is that the best filter?
Well, you have one at your kitchen sink, right?
Correct. That's the weather one I was talking about.
Okay.
Which is going through the reverse osmosis, which is one of the things I want to take out, because I don't want to reverse the water and then do this. I want it to come straight through the crystals.
Oh, you still have that RO system?
Yeah, it's coming out though.
All right, I'm coming down there September 11th. I'm going to come to your house and take it out.
Oh, thank you.
We'll have to get your address, and I'll have to come over there and help you with that. Yeah, so...
I guess now let me go back to my question. The natural 3-in-1, the Jivara 3-in-1, that I can take anywhere and just hook on people's sinks?
You can. Now, sometimes faucets are pretty funky these days, just like shoes and clothes and everything else. So in the old days, every kitchen faucet had a little aerator on the end.
Correct.
Right? You just grab it and spin it off.
Right.
If you have an aerator or the threads that are the equivalent of an aerator, even if they're buried in some funky modern mumbo jumbo, if you have threads, then our doohickeys are going to connect to it. So yes, you can, like when you go on a trip or something, you can take the portable device, use it while you travel through the funnel, and then when you get there, you can hook it up either to the kitchen faucet, a bathroom faucet, or the bathroom shower. It's obviously not going to fit everywhere in the world, but it's going to fit the majority of people, and what we're looking for to discern fit is those threads. If you have threads, it's going to work.
Okay, got it. All right. Awesome.
Yeah, so your question makes me realize that when we have the 3-in-1 and we use it as our travel device, which I haven't really done extensively yet, so I'm still learning as you all point things out to me, when we get somewhere, we can make it stationary, right? We can equip it to the kitchen faucet or to the shower, and that's a lot better. And also, I had somebody I talked to yesterday who said, I am never going to travel without my shower device again. Like, I think I can, but I can't. Because I go and I stay in some hotel, and after 2 days, my skin has changed. It's dry. It's peeling. It feels horrible. I'm not doing that anymore. And so the 3-in-1 can serve the multiple functions, which is pretty cool. And I hadn't thought about it that way yet. So thanks for bringing that forth.
All right. Well, I think my questions are asked, so let me give somebody else a chance.
Awesome. Thanks, Kathy.
Okay.
Great to talk to you.
Yeah.
Okay, everybody, *6 to join in the discussion. There are going to be a bunch of people out there who are wondering about the science behind these devices. And one of the things that's pretty cool is because these devices have been around for 20 years, there's quite a bit published on them. I'm still learning, reading, digesting, even after a year, some of the things that have been published on these devices so that I can really understand it, because sometimes when a technology is new for me, I don't understand it that well either at the beginning. So if you go to thewellnessenterprise.com and you hover over the menu for Learn More, and then you go down in that menu to the page for Jivara UMH and click there, you will see the first dozen reports that we've published on the Jivara UMH technology. And I want to bring your attention to the one that says Jivara UMH Highest Bovis. This one's really important. It comes from the Institute for Radiogeology, and they did 2 different tests. And if you scroll to, which page is it here? 1, 2, 3. The 3rd page, you will start to see the results of these tests. And the test I want to focus on first is in the 5th column. It's under BE, and that's the Bovis reading. For those of you that are not familiar with the Bovis meter, you can just go to Wikipedia and take a look at what a Bovis meter is. The idea behind it is it's measuring the energy and vitality of a product. Bovis readings are now included on some products at Whole Foods. It's becoming much more of a mainstream technology. And the baseline idea is that any reading below 6,000 is depleting energy, and anything above 6,000 is adding energy and vitality. And the further up you go, the higher the Bovis reading, the more energized something is. So I know you will hunger that, just like I do, that the people with the science and the technology and these devices, that they would test each other's products. And it's not something that they really want to do. And so this testing that I'm going to show you here, while it was done with a lot of technologies, it was actually done before Clayton's technology existed. Yeah, it was done in 2004. So no, Clayton's technology hasn't been tested with this Bovis meter, just like the UMH technology hasn't been tested with gas discharge visualization, which is a source of a bit of frustration for me. But maybe we can continue to encourage them to do more testing. Anyway, what this Bovis reading shows is if you take like they tested about 30 waters here. And if you take water from various springs and all sorts of different filters, they would come in with Bovis readings anywhere from the teens of thousands, 13, 14, 17,000, up into the 20s of thousands. And so you take like a place like Lourdes, France, where the Catholic Church has documented that there are miracles that have happened from the waters that's there. It's considered very highly energized and treasured structured water. The Bovis reading is about 27,000, and the Bovis reading on the Jivara UMH technologies, you can see at the beginning of what's labeled as page 3 on the document. It's actually the 4th page because we put a blue header on the top. But you'll see the devices there under the name UMH came in with readings of 37,000. So it's about 37% higher than what's been called miraculous water. So what we're saying is that we have this measure of the energy of these devices, and that it's extraordinary. It's off the charts. It's at the top of the charts, and the letdown between the whole house size, the Maximus device, and the smaller ones is minuscule. And then the second part of the chart is a reading about purity. And what this part of the chart shows, it's in the first 4 columns. They did readings with freshwater samples, water that sat after 25 hours, water that was heated to 80 degrees using wood or gas, and water that was heated using electricity. And what this shows is that just using our structuring technologies, this water is as pure as any water, including like distilled water, which is considered medically pure, that we get the same degree of purity or even a little bit more by using the Jivara UMH structuring devices. So there's a whole page filled there on the wellnessenterprise.com under the menus as I've just described, the Jivara UMH page. And I invite you to go through the technology and engage with us on it, go through those reports, and let us know what questions you have. So speaking of questions, in the last week, and I'm going to wrap up in a minute, but I'm going to go to this point. One of the questions that somebody asked us in the last week was, how can one maximize the benefits of what you are offering? And I just think that is a really awesome question. I'm not saying that our new Jivara Mountain Spring system with the filter, mineral cartridge, and structuring device is the right thing for anybody. What I'm saying is that we have the highest quality choices, and that we want to help you focus the questions on what's really best for you. So if you're really energetic, like Kathy, who came on here, is, and you see life in that way, you may be more focused on structuring technology and less focused on a traditional filter and toxin removal. Although Kathy has revealed that her preference is to have filtration technology in addition to, she wants to remove things from her water and neutralize them using energy. But whatever your truth is, the best way to maximize the benefits is to realize that I'm just like you. I'm just a couple years further down the road than most people on investigating water and more intensity of focus. But 4 years ago, it was not predictable that I would have this much knowledge or this much interaction with water, or that I would be able to discern one crystal from another or anything like that. So I got here by focusing my intention. And so I invite you to do the same. Focus your intention and see what you need. And if what you need is an upgrade excuse me, if what you need is an upgrade from Natural Action Technologies, then we've made an extraordinary upgrade program available for you for the next week. Just go ahead and take advantage of that. And if what you need is assurance that what you're using with Natural Action Technologies is just perfect for you, then go back to the transportation analogy and realize that you've gotten yourself into the equivalent of an automobile, a really nice one at that, and you're doing just great. So thank you for being part of our water community. Thank you for your interest in our products and services. Thank you for the commerce that you do with the Wellness Enterprise, the referrals that you send to us. We really appreciate you, and we appreciate the opportunity to interact with you about water. Thanks for being on the call today.